Welcome back again, folks, to the host that never sleeps. Today we're back on this Harmony K guitar, and as we know, the plane of the fretboard does not match the plane of the bridge. We know that. Right now I want to figure what the difference is. There's a difference in the plane of the bridge and the plane of the fretboard, and we want to measure how much that difference is. Now there's a bunch of different ways to do this. I've got a video up specifically on one of the ways to do it, but I'm not going to use that way right now. I'm going to use a different technique here, and I want to bring the camera over here. Hopefully I can get the guitar turned around here where the camera can see the dial indicator I've got rigged up here on the end of a straight edge with vice grips. It's very accurate though. I mean, it's solid, you know, and it's I'll just bring you over here and show you. But that's what we want to do. We'll determine the difference in the plane of the bridge, which sticks up higher than the plane of the fretboard, and we want to know how much higher it sticks up. I'm going to guess it looks like around 30 thousandths to me. Yeah, just looking at it. But let me bring the camera over here and get it re-angled where you can see everything, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, like I said, I've got this thing rigged up on the end of a straight edge here, and when I lay the straight edge right down the fretboard like so, and it's important to hold the straight edge straight up and down as possible. This is very touchy. As you can see, flat out on the straight fretboard, we are dialed in at 0 right now. Okay, that's going to be our anchor point, so to speak. I don't know if the camera can see that or not. It's shaking because I'm shaking, but it's on 0. Okay, now if I slide this back here and put it right on the center of the bridge and still resting the straight edge along the fretboard, it looks like 34 thousandths. 34 thousandths difference. Okay. Like I say, I don't know if the camera is going to get this or not. I'll try to turn it around here, maybe where you guys can see it, but maybe you can see that. And at the angle you're looking at, oh, you can't see it at all. Okay, well, alright, let me get it straight up and down again. There it is, 34 thousandths exactly, minus my shaking. This is a very delicate instrument here. This dial indicator is very delicate. I mean, you gotta have the straight edge perfectly up and down to get a proper reading. So we're talking 34 thousandths. This is 34 thousandths higher than the plane of the fretboard is. So see, if I go back here to the fretboard again, I can go down to the last fret and get it leveled up. You can see there, the dial indicator is on 0 minus the shaking. Okay, now all I'm doing is just moving it down here to the center of the bridge and holding it straight up and down there. You can see again, 34 thousandths is the difference. Okay, now I have already out here have a 15 and a 12, which makes 27, and a 7, which makes 34. Okay, 34 thousandths. If you can see that, that's how much higher the bridge is than the fretboard. It don't look like very much, but hey, I'll tell you what, it's enough, man, to warrant a neck reset, which is what we're going to do in the process of doing right now. Okay, we need to mark that now. Let me zoom you out here a little bit. Now, I've got this dovetail fitting like a glove, man. I swear, I honestly think you could put strings on the thing and tune it up and it would hold without any glue. So we want to set this 34 thousandths up here, just like so, and mark that. Actually, I'm going to go one better than that and put tape on it. So, I got a piece of tape already here I can use. I hope you can see. I'm going to put tape on this. This is just to give me an idea where to put the tape. And here we are. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. There, I think you can see it. That's how much we need to remove from approximately here down to the end where the heel is, the heel cap. Now up here on this end, we don't want to take any off of that. If we take any off of this, we're going to move the neck closer to the body and change the intonation. So we do not want to move any material from up in this area, okay? No material from up in here. So I'm going to start, where am I here? It's hard to do this looking through the camera. I'm going to start, about the center of this right in here and start removing material until I get that much of it removed. On both sides, of course. Keep it both even. Right now I'm going to tape it up, and I'll bring you back in a few minutes when I get ready to start removing material to make the neck angle change. Tilt the neck back, make it different, make it right. Hold on. Now before I clamp this to the table, now you can see how much material we have to move away. There again, you see how the tape is angled here. We don't want to remove material, nothing from up here. But you can see the material exposed that we do want to remove. Same thing with this side. No material being taken from here because that would move the neck toward the body, the bridge, the saddle, shortening the string scale, and throw the intonation all to crap, man. So we don't want to do anything up here. We're working on the wood you see exposed there and back here, this area as well. So I'm going to clamp this thing down to the table here so I can start on this side. And I'll bring you back once I get it clamped down. I'm not going to be able to show you very much of this because I need, like I said before, I need to see, I have got to get in there so I can see, and until I get some kind of sky cam going, I'm not going to be able to show you this shot right here. So hold on. There again, you're not going to be able to see anything, but to give you an idea of what's going on, now I can get in here with the chisel, you see, and I can just start chipping away at this. It's important to keep this area that I'm shaving flat as well. Very important to keep both sides of this flat so it fits up against the guitar body the way it should. And I'll turn it around and check both sides as we go. I've done a lot of work on this joint off camera, so hopefully it won't take as long to do this. So I'm not going to bore you to death with all this because it's going to be a very slow process. But anyways, that's what's going on right now. I'll bring you back when I've made some headway and we'll check the angle again and see how much we gained on it. Well, I've taken it down. It's several hours later now, and I just got the joint seated together just like before. Same thing here as before. You get this thing leveled up here straight, and there we're still on 0. I think you can see that. I hope so. There's our 0, okay? So if I slide this back here now, remember before we were 38 thousandths of an inch before. I got to hold the end of the straight edge down. It's very hard to do because now we are truly at an angle, and you can see it there. Boy, that thing is touchy, man. We're within less than 10 thousandths where we want to be. I mean, I'm shaking it all over the place, but hopefully you're able to see the meter well enough to see it is on 0. If I can remember to hold. We have an angle here at the fretboard extension now that we didn't have before. In fact, I may have to cut a shim and put under that. because there's such an angle there, and because of that new angle now, I have to hold the level with my left hand down and be conscious of it being down tight. But there you can see a 0 fluctuating around 1/10 of 1/1000th. And then, like I say, if I come back up here on the fretboard, and let me get it all flattened out here and straight. There you can see on 0 on that. I hope you can see it. So we made good progress. I've been about I don't know, probably 2 hours on that just since the last. And here you can see, maybe if I can get it right, the angle I'm talking about. Oh, where we at? Maybe this would be better. Yeah, there you go. That wasn't like that before because the neck angle was wrong. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to put a shim under that, or we're going to have great fall away if I don't. So that's where we are so far. Now we have the right neck angle, and zoom you out here just a little bit. I always do a quick check here with thread. Just wrap it around the end pin a couple of times. Run the thread dead up the center of the well, you're not going to be able to see shit. Run the thread dead up. Make sure it's between strings 3 and 4 on the bridge. And we're off a little bit. We are off center. So that tells me I have to take a little bit more material from one side. Actually, it's the side closest to me, the way I'm standing right now. The center of this guitar here too, this seam in the center of the body back here, if you can see this, it's off center from the guitar. It's not, it runs, it should be right between the 3rd and 4th string. It's actually between the 4th and 5th string. It's off center that much. I never noticed that until just today, actually. But the main idea here is get the string or whatever you use right between peg holes back here, pin holes 3 and 4, and then try to line up all your inlays, the center of that, and then the center of the peg head up there. Yeah, we're off a little bit. I need to remove a little bit more material on this side right there to bring that center over this way. So I'll do that now, and we want that joint to lock tightly but be straight, you know, centered. You want to keep the neck in the center at all times. And I got to figure out something to cut a shim out of for that, so we don't get fall away here. I don't know if I can use this straight edge. No, I can't. Well, it was a thought. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I've got, you see that tiny string, you can barely see it, is dead center all the way down the neck. It's in the center of the inlays. It looks like it's a little off in the camera. I could have bumped it. But it's very close to the center of the inlays. Very close to the center of the nut. I know you're not looking straight down on it, but here's what I was talking about. We're in the center of the, let me get over here. We're in the center of pin holes 3 and 4, okay? See what I'm talking about? But look at this center line. Right here is the center point of the guitar, or what appears to be, and it's way off center from, I've never seen that before on a guitar. First time I ever saw it. This is our string right here. There's the seam in the top. So we can't go by that. Normally I do. I line the string up with that. It lines up between strings 3 and 4 and comes out perfect. And then when you have the neck straight, then all of your string will be in line with the inlays. Of course, it will center the nut and right on up the center. It's hard to show this. If I get off like that or off like this, I know it's hard for you to see. But if I can hold it in the center as much as I can, I think you can see what I'm talking about. It's very close, right there where it is now. And I don't know if I said it or not, but it's like another hour later. But yeah, that's what I was talking about, see. I was wondering where you went. Alright, now what I'm doing here now, this side, farthest away from you, is the one I needed to remove more material from to get the neck to come this way up at the headstock, the whole neck to move like that, to keep it centered. And all I'm doing here now is just plus, hold on. Let me get this thing in here and I'll explain what I'm talking about. Plus, what? Oh yeah, this area along here where I removed a lot of material back here and none up here. Okay, doing with the sandpaper here now will level that back out and make this entire distance flat here, because we didn't remove anything from here. We removed 34 thousandths from back here at the heel. So now we have kind of a circular thing going on here. We want that flat on both sides, but I'm going to start on this side because it was higher, and just this is going to take a whole bunch of times of just doing this right here. And I like to count my how many times I pull this paper through there, and do it, you know, the same amount of times on both sides. Also, when you do this, you want to pull this paper down. You don't want to pull it up, you know, up this way. You want to pull it down, because you don't want to round this heel cap off by pulling it up. So try to pull straight out and downward, just like that. I got a good bite that time. I'm going to do a little bit more work on the joint itself too, because just to make it fit as snug as possible. Fun stuff, eh? Very slow, very, very, very slow. You guys remember the Guild guitar that what do? We put a truss rod in it. The Guild, I can't remember if it was an F50, I think. That's what it was. Let me go one more here. And I told you the guy, the owner, might want to, he might be coming back for a reset. Remember me telling you that? And it looks like we may be going to do a neck reset on that guitar. I told him then, you know, that that's really the only thing that's going to fix that guitar. And I think he agreed with me. I mean, you know, it happens. And some guitars, you know, you can get by many years without doing it. But usually, you know, when it gets that bad, there's no easy fix, or, you know, no way to, other than shaving the bridge. There's not really a whole lot you can do. So a neck reset is a good fix. Oh, come on, baby. It came out a little bit loose. So anyways, I don't want to bore you too much with this. This is just a, well, it's a very slow, agonizing process, but there are no shortcuts here. Well, that got kind of loose. I need to remove more material way up here toward the center of the thing. Yeah, up in there. In fact, I need a longer strip of sandpaper to do that, but because the paper starts to bite in at first, and then we get back here where we remove material, it doesn't bite in so much then. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut a little bit longer strip of paper here. It's 320 grit, by the way. It's what I'm using here right now. Seems to be working fine. See how tight that is? And then it gets loose right there where we removed a lot of the material. And the center point here too. Now I can stick the end of the sandpaper in here as far as I can, just like that. Pull the neck back into its pocket. This is going to be the loosest one right here. And actually, kind of felt like the tightest one. Come on, baby. There we go. But it's important to get that center point flat with the guitar, and that's what we're doing here now. Boy, that joint fits good and tight, man. I'm telling you what. Once we get this sucker glued, it should be good guitar for a very long time. I'm probably boring you guys to death, so I'm not going to bore you anymore with this. You pretty much got the idea of what we got to do now. And that was a good bite. I've already worked the sweat up again. One thing about this old guitar, it's sure brought the sweat out of Randy. Sure has. We've been battling for quite some time now. So anyways, that's what's going on, folks. The house never sleeps. Just taking these little strips and, putting them in there like I was showing you, and pulling them through each time. And I check the center point, every little bit, very frequently. I check the center point, make sure we're keeping that neck center of the guitar body. And it looks pretty good at a glance. I don't have it clamped up there straight, but anyways, that's what's going on. Next video, probably, I'll try to get the shim cut tomorrow for the fretboard extension. And the next video, we may very well be gluing the neck back on this puppy. I don't know for sure yet. It depends on how well things fit and how things work along, work out rather. If I get this glued up, while it's glued up, setting, I'm going to start on that Gibson. Anyways, we're going to start by putting a truss rod in it. So stay tuned for that. I've got to take the fretboard off of it, get in there and see what's causing that guitar to crack up here on the back of the neck like it's doing. Figure out why it's doing that and fix it. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you there, folks. By the way, Q-Ball stopped in. Some of you guys had been making some comments about missing Q-Ball, so I figured I'd bring her in. And she got a new haircut today. I cut her myself. It's a horrible job, man. It's just freaking horrible. She started pulling her hair out back here. And summertime coming on, she gets really hot. Her hair's like sheep wool, man. It's really heavy. So I got her down out in the yard today and trimmed it back a little bit. And it's a lot cooler, ain't it, Q-Ball head? Give me a kiss. Good girl. Tell the YouTube family, say, I love you. I love you. Don't get too carried away. You get too excited, baby. Tell them, say, look here. I love you. It's going to be one of those howling nights. What? I love you. Come on, you can say it. I love you. I love you.